Yeah. Apple Tree Me.
Oh, come on, man. Is that the one with C.S. Armstrong?
Yes.
C.S. Armstrong took it to church. I was like, wow, come on there, brother. C.S. Armstrong. I don't know who he is, Myke. We go way back, nigga.
Yeah. C.S. Armstrong. Goddamn C.S. Armstrong.
Wow.
I felt left out. You know what I'm saying? I felt left out of the group for a minute. I was like, well, who is C.S. Armstrong?
We don't know who he is.
He was thinking that. That was beautiful. He closed the shit out of that.
He did, man. He did.
Dead and Hip Hop album review. Brother Ali's Secrets and Escapes. Look, man, support your boys. There's multiple ways that you could do that. First and foremost, go to Patreon. Patreon is going to be changing pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. You can watch the video that is supporting your boys. You can like this video that is supporting your boy. And you can subscribe, obviously, and that's supporting your boys. So as long as you do one of those 4 things right there, you're in support of Dead and Hip Hop and what we do, and we appreciate that. This is a good project. I'm not a Brother Ali fan, and listening to this, I had to come up with the reasons why, because it's not like he's not a whack rapper or anything like that. The bars are there, the beats are there, the features fucking killed it. Like, this project was really good. Pharoah Monch on Situated, god damn. Yo, what's up with Pharoah? Like, why he don't drop music like that anymore?
Monch, I think he has an album coming.
But it's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
I like that line. I think he said, blacker than black people going to get shoes or some shit.
Yeah.
Sneakers.
He said coming back with an affinity for 13 and black cats. Like, it was just...
Yeah, he was killing that shit, man. He was killing that shit.
Like father figures, like nigga.
That's one of my favorite joints.
Yeah, man. Dropping hella gems on that.
I love how it felt like the song was over and he started talking. It was I think a skit or somebody came on, and it sounded, if you didn't look at the time, obviously, it felt like it was over, and it was like, all right, let me come back in and close this thing out or something like that. He said that shit was dope, man.
So when I was listening to this, I'm like, Feefo, why the fuck do you not like this? And I was listening to some other projects that have come out, and the thing is that first, a little bit is Brother Ali's voice, just a little bit.
Can I pause you right there? Because you said don't like this. I thought you said you liked it.
He misspoke.
No, and that's why I wanted. Yeah,
Okay.
wanted.
No, I like the project, but I wanted to understand why, like, I wouldn't come back
The
to
replay
it.
value.
Exactly, the replay value.
Okay.
So the things that I don't like about it, which is why I don't want to come back to it.
Yeah.
I had to sit down and really think about that, right? One of them was Brother Ali's voice. It's not annoying. It's velvety smooth, but it's just like, for me personally, there's not like enough pain or anguish in his voice, right?
What?
For me, he sounds like a preacher.
Man, he has like one of the best voices in hip hop.
I didn't say his voice was bad. I just said it doesn't have a lot of pain or anguish for me.
This shit sound like it's coming from.
It is coming from his soul, but that doesn't mean it. At least for me,
That like somebody who has passion.
Hold on, I'm not gonna let him do this to you, Feefo.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let him do this to you. As probably the biggest Ali fan in this room, I know to the T exactly what you're saying right now. Now, if you said this about any other album, I say you're fucking tripping. This album, come on, y'all. He's not the typical Ali. This is it. You're not gonna say the first joint and then make it sound like he's crazy for the whole album. Come on, man.
Father figures, I think he was coming from.
This is not typical Ali. Now, before I even,
some passion.
They're not gonna do this to you.
Thank you.
Feefo.
I appreciate you, Myke.
I love this album. This is probably in my top 3 of the year. That aside, this is not typical Ali. His voice sounds completely different than he normally sounds. But y'all are acting like he sounds like he's so pained and there's a lot of he sounds extremely somber on this whole project, with the exception of like a couple of songs, which is what I love about it. If this was another project, I'd be like, bro, no. Ali always sounds like he's singing from his gut. It sounds like he went into a dark room, sat down with one candlelight, and just wrote this whole shit. So I know exactly what you're saying.
Just one light?
One light, not two. There's not even a flicker in the
Why you
background. It's
why you
one
say
light.
one light though?
Because
What
this
kind of pen
album
did you
is
have? Did you have
one of the
where
ones you dip.
dip with the
One of the ones you dip. Yes. This album, aside from me thinking it's fucking incredible, this is the biggest departure from Ali that I've heard probably ever. Like, usually Ali plays on melody. When he raps, he's not doing that. He's very much like, I'm sitting you down and I'm just talking to you about some shit.
I get what you're
I
saying,
know what
Mike.
you're saying.
I get what you're saying, Mike. But it sounds like he said that about Ali in general.
But that's
said
why
for
I
this
was trying.
project.
He did say this project.
I said this
multiple
project.
times. And that's why I
Multiple
jumped
times.
in.
Okay,
and
I
it kinda-
misheard then. I misheard too. I misheard then.
Yeah, because you were too busy like.
Sure.
Yeah. I thought he was talking.
I got stuck when he said.
Yeah.
I got stuck on the first thing
Yeah,
he
me
said.
too. So I thought he was.
I thought he was talking in general.
Yeah.
No,
So I
said, even
I
if
apologize,
he
Feefo.
didn't say this project, I knew exactly what he
I
was saying.
apologize, Feefo.
But yeah, I didn't get the pain out of his voice on this particular project. Also, I guess I'm more. I like more hood rat shit. You know what I'm saying? Just in music in general.
You like your hood rat shit with your friends?
Yeah, I do. You know what I'm saying? And I like action movies. You know what I'm saying? Like I like things that like they come at you real quick. And I felt like this is like more of like a drama. If I had to like categorize this as a movie, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't in the genre that I particularly like love. So it's again no indictment on Brother Ali because it's a dope project, but these are some of the reasons why like it's just not something that I'm gonna go back to. And it sucks, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, again, it's a great project, but I'm just like, Feefo, when are you really gonna go back and like just bump this? Oh, I gotta listen to this joint. I don't have that. And again, I almost feel like it's a flaw with me.
No, I love this album. I've played it since B sent me a text. I've been playing it since B sent me a text that it came out about a week ago.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anything about it, and yeah, man, like I'm a fan of Brother Ali, and it was exciting to have new music from him unexpectedly, plus produced by Evidence as well. So that made it.
This was all produced by Evidence?
Everything.
Like the first track, like the way he came on and the way he was rhyming, you know, and that like.
The way the beat was building up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the little jazzy intro.
Yes.
Oh man, I was like, oh, here we go. We about to be in for some shit. And then he started rapping. I was like, man, damn, okay. Is he gonna? Because my question was, is he gonna do this for the whole song? And then he didn't. And he came with, you know, his regular style. I was like, man, this shit is tight. It has a nice feel, the vibe, the rhymes. Yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Situated. When I saw Pharaoh was on that shit, Red Light Zone, and that was the first. Like everything else was good.
How the fuck was he rapping over there?
But man, when that shit came on, I was like, what the fuck?
It was red light. It was one red light. Dipping the pen. Red light.
Yeah, man, that beat, the way he was rhyming, like it was just everything about it.
How he was touching on like social media, taking over the world,
Yeah, man. You know, given like you know, one of the things that the Boomerang line with Marcus, and then the way he rhymed after that was dope. And just him taking that approach about privacy. And how privacy, you know, is a privilege, and you know, just the overall look at the internet. Like we need that type of content out, given what's happened with Facebook over the last year or two. How they just been, you know, abusing their fan base, and having people come in and manipulate them with the Russian investigations, and them allowing, for the sake of money, to put up ads that are blatant lies. So yeah, I like that he did that, because you know, music is not supposed to, but it's dope that music at times can touch on what's going on, you know, in the present day. Red was also, you know, though, him and Evidence, man, they just sounded so great together, and you know, that beat so dark and you know, ominous, and man, and Ali, it was a great pairing with like Ali's voice and shit. I was like, man, God, it's all I've been playing, man. It's all I've been playing. It just sounds. Sonically, it sounds great. Ali sounds like damn near perfect. You know, the features are spot on. You know, and you know, I played it in my car. It sounds great in the house. It sounds great when people are around. Like the overall album as a whole, it's just it's awesome, man. Like, it fits everywhere for me.
Besides Ali, is like the fact that Evidence craft these beats so well for Ali, man. Like that shit. I think this is the first time that we heard a fully produced album by Evidence. I know Evidence been producing since like the mid to late 2000s, and he been releasing instrumental projects as well. But this shit, I didn't think he was gonna pull this shit off with Ali like this, man. With these beats, I was like, Jesus. And it was some shit that Ali had said. And I think it's the greatest. Dope ass line. He said, "Greatest that never live," about the fuck. Help me, Myke. He said something about, "Understand me. I'd rather be king on the balcony than Abernathy."
The Martin Luther MLK, yeah.
Man,
yeah, he took a shot at Ralph Abernathy.
What the fuck? I was like, this dude here, man. But yeah, the first track, man, the way that shit come on, just him rapping, just talking to you slowly. But then once that beat kick in, he started that. I was like, motherfucking Ali, man. That shit was dope as fuck. And then of course I was hyped as heck when I saw he had Pharoah Monch on this shit, cause I'm like, oh man, I gotta hear what these motherfuckers about to do. And like I already talked about, Grace That Never Lived was dope as hell. Father Figures and Apple Tree Me, that was dope. He talked on like, you know, of course him not, you know, growing up with a father and like just different societal stuff he was going through growing up. And then I didn't know he lost his. I don't remember him rapping about losing his mother. How he talked about his mother. And Apple Tree Me, I thought that was dope as fuck. Very vivid. And then Red, that was a perfect beat for Evidence. I feel like Evidence picked the perfect beat for him to rhyme over, for him and Ali to go back and forth. I was just like, yo, this shit, man. Like at this point, I'm like, yo, we already halfway in. Secrets and Escapes. I like the hook on that. That hook on that shit was very catchy. I love that joint. They shot Ricky.
Yes.
That shit right there.
Yes, sir.
Evidence with that damn jazzy shit right there at the end, man. I was just like, oh my fucking god, man. Like this shit, this album has no misses for me, like none. Like every track on this bad boy, and for them to just come out of nowhere and release this, you can tell they really just got wherever they was recording this at, whether it was an Evidence house or whatever. Like they got together and was just like, look, I'm gonna craft this beat. I feel like Ali was just writing shit on the spot, like every time.
That.
Ali said that?
Stop acting like you didn't see his Instagram. He said that.
I thought it was Twitter. I don't follow Instagram.
That's fucked up. Why don't follow his Instagram? But no, he did say that this is the first album that he's not like written like ahead of time. It's like they just went into the room and just started writing.
Wow.
And I can't remember it, but this, I mean, I guess coming off his last album that we reviewed, it was just like so light. Like this shit was like, it was dark for Brother Ali.
Very much. This was a shocker. And I haven't talked to a lot of people about this, but it's interesting to me the reaction I've gotten from people who are other like avid Ali fans, where they're just like, it's another Ali project. It's cool, but it sounds like an Ali project. And I'm like, nothing on this to me sounds like a standard Ali project, which is what makes it so interesting. Because as much as I love Ali, I feel like Ali has been on autopilot for a minute. Like he puts out amazing projects, but the projects, they don't differ from each other that much. You know, Morning in America wasn't really that different from what he's done prior to that, or after that really, but until you get to this is the most out of character project that I think I've ever heard from Ali. And that's what makes this so interesting, is Evidence's production was dope as fuck, but it wasn't what I expected. It was very somber, it was very sad sounding, it was very dark sounding. And I was sitting there wondering, like, what is Ali gonna do with this? Because Ali is so lively. And when he raps, I get you, like the preacher thing, because he has that kind of melodic inflection that preachers have when they're preaching. Right. So I'm like, I'm expecting that. And Ali was just very like, monotone's not the word. I can't think of what the word is. Just smooth. Just very calm and smooth. Like even on the song where he's talking about his mom passing, like at the beginning of it, he's talking about the people don't step to my friends, or you'll wake up in I don't want to fuck the line, but it was something along the lines of you'll wake up in a hospital and I'll wake up in jail and we'll both be on the news. The way he says it, it's so fucking calm, just like very steady and to the point. And I think it's very interesting for Ali to drop this out of nowhere with no pub, and it hit this hard. Like the second I put this on, I was like, wow, this is a fucking different Ali. And I didn't know the whole thing about him, you know, working in the room with the beats and not writing them ahead of time. I didn't know any of that. All I knew was this is not typical Ali. So for a lot of his fans to be like, yeah, it's just another Ali project, I'm like, I don't know what the hell y'all are hearing. because this ain't nothing like anything he's done.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know what kind of headspace he was in to make a project like this, because I feel like he didn't rely on hooks. There really weren't many hooks on here at all. Nothing was exceptionally catchy. It was just everything was very like Rock Marciano style smooth, and that's what hit me so hard. I mean, of course the bars are still there.
Right.
You know, Ali's gonna rap. You know, I mean, the second it started with the Boise, your boys just gotta know not to think that I'm the hoe, Idaho or whatever. I was like, oh, Boise, Idaho. I was like, okay, that's dope. But there were some very, very like hard-hitting lines on here. Greatest to Never Live, which is one of my favorite songs, where he has that shit about flesh clad, basically dressing up as a human being for Halloween. Like, it's just, I feel like Ali was really tapping into something that he doesn't typically tap into. His last few projects have been very uplifting.
Yep.
And this wasn't really that. This was more on the nose. This was more like, yo, I really want to sit y'all down and talk to y'all about some shit that I think is fucked up.
Right.
And man, this album is just fucking amazing. I have not stopped listening to it. And I've loved all of Ali's projects, but not like this. This is the first time in a very long time where I put one on and it hasn't come off since it came out.
Yeah, one of the things I wrote down here was that Ali sounded fresh, invigorated, and he was rhyming with purpose and meaning. And it's interesting hearing you say that about him. And going back to you when you were talking about his other albums and how they were, very uplifting, and this has a different tone. And the thing that went through my mind was the last 4 years, with Oh Boy. And I wonder if that has something to do with the different direction. Even though he didn't specifically talk about any of those issues, but maybe the mood and the feel of like the U.S. itself, or just the state of the world right now.
I feel like if that was what it was, I think they would be more prevalent with the album. I don't know if there's something personal going on, or if this is just what happened when he walked in the room and Evidence started playing these beats. If this is just the Ali that came out, I don't know.
Maybe Evidence kind of, maybe telling him to like say it like this, or
maybe
something like that.
I can't see somebody telling Ali how to rap.
I don't.
Not in a disrespect.
I know.
I know, but I still can't. I can't hear it.
But I think because Danny Brown said Q-Tip would kind of give him some.
Danny Brown ain't Brother Ali.
I know,
and that's not even a separation of talent. I just think Brother Ali is his head. I can't see it. I can see Ant doing that. I don't know if I can see Evidence doing that.
Yeah,
you could be right though. I don't know, man. Ant would do that, and just because Ant is who Ant is, you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna listen to you, because you got a smooth ass ponytail and you're always in the suit. I'm gonna do exactly what you're saying.
Right.
But Evidence, I don't know that Evidence would even step out of his lane to be like, yeah, bro, rap it like this.
I don't know.
I don't either. I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know, because working in the same room, I mean.
Yeah, sometimes this can happen.
Yeah, they hear something like, oh, well, what if you tried this way? And not maybe saying rap it like this one. What if you tried this, or did you think about this?
But to change your whole tone, to change your whole, like, cadence on damn near a whole project.
True.
That sounds like that was Ali's choice. Then maybe it's just the beats.
Could be.
Ali did it once, and maybe Evidence was like, yo, that sounds good. You should do that more often. And Ali was like, yeah, good idea. Like, he has the line about the eagle. This one just got me driving here. The eagle turned the mosque into a mosh pit. I didn't get what he meant until I was driving here. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And it was bugging the fuck out of me. And I swear to God, I was pulling into the lot. And I was like, oh, I wonder if he means Desert Eagle. Like, these people shooting up mosques and people are rushing out, and that's the mosh pit. I don't know if that's what he means, but I think that's what he means. And I was like, God damn. And I've listened to this album, I swear to God, probably 20 times by now.
Yeah.
And that line just clicked. And there are other lines too. It's just, man.
And the length of this album is perfect.
And it's short as fuck. It's like under 30 minutes,
yeah,
right?
It's 33.
Yeah, 33 minutes.
That's not typical Ali either. Ali gonna talk to you.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying?
He is.
Ali is that type of rapper. He's gonna talk to you, but he's gonna make it catchy, and he's gonna make sure you leave his house happy.
Favorite tracks give me Situated, give me Father Figures, give me Red, give me De La Kufi, and give me They Shot Ricky.
Red Lights On, Red, Father Figures, Situated, and God, jeez, which one? Apple Tree Me.
Abu Enzo, Situated, Red Light Zone, They Shot Ricky, Greatest That Never Lived.
Albuenzo, Greatest That Never Lived, Apple Tree Me, De La Kufi, yeah, I'll go Situated.
Brother Ali, if you watching, bro, you knocked this project out the park, man. This shit was super dope from beginning to end. Like no skippable tracks. Your features added to it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't necessarily outshine you. You know, like it just felt like a very cohesive project. I didn't know Evidence produced the entire thing, but now after B said that, it makes sense why, you know, everything felt the way it felt throughout the project. Evidence did his thing on Red. Just overall great project, man. You know what I'm saying? Great artists, you know, just continue to do your thing.
Brother Ali, if you're watching, I loved it, man. I've been playing it since it dropped. So I think that speaks volumes to how much I like this album, or love this album actually. It was a very pleasant surprise. And you know, I haven't listened to my fair share of hip hop albums, but I think this was definitely a good contribution to what we've gotten so far this year. Based on what I have heard, I thought has been a very average year. So I think that album definitely is adds to that, and adds to the quality of albums so far in 2019. Evidence, man, I'm not gonna leave you out either, man. The variety and beats that you gave Brother Ali, the cohesion and the sound that's on this project, all contributed to what I think is a very, very dope project. And y'all work together again, man. This shit was dope. So keep doing your thing, man.
Brother Ali, if you're watching, thank you. This project was amazing, dope as fuck. The third producer only album. I think it's the third producer you work with to do a full album with, you know, because you did one with Jake One. Of course, we know your history with Ant. So it's dope. The fact that you can just tap in with another producer and just still fucking make this amazing project just shows the quality and just the level of MC that you are, you know, in this culture, which is dope as fuck. And Evidence, like I mentioned before, like, you know, you knocked these beats out the park with making this album with Ali. So great job, fellas.
Brother Ali and Evidence. First off, Evidence, you did your thing. I already love you as an MC, especially the lines where you're talking about, if you're not talking about your life, then you're an actor. I think that shit really hit. Didn't know your brilliance as a producer. Now I do. Ali, if you're watching, shit, even if you ain't watching, I'm gonna fucking make sure I message this shit to your ass to make sure you know that you just dropped easily a top 3 project of the year. And in my personal opinion, I think this is the best you've sounded. I'm gonna go out and say probably the last 10 years, bro. I think this is the best album that you've dropped since The Truth Is Here EP or whatever that came out in like 2009. This is an amazing project. I definitely would love to know what made you go this route, what headspace you were in, or even what happened in that room with you and Evidence to make you rap in this manner. But other than that, this album is incredible. I think you outdid yourself. I think stepping out of your comfort zone is very scary, especially for someone that's been in the game for this long. And for you to step outside what I see as your comfort zone and to still absolutely murder a project, I think it's commendable. So kudos, and God, I cannot wait to see you perform some of these songs live.